This is the first question we are going to solve. Okay, so this is our source table and this is our target table. So in this, we are having this data around games, okay, where 10 and 5 is the game's ID, and this is the withdrawal, and this is basically the deposit amount submitted on the each date by each user. Okay, so what we want, basically we want a target table like something like that. Okay, you guys can also use MySQL Management Studio. That is also okay. But if you want to use MySQL Workbench, there's a lot of plenty videos on YouTube which can teach you like how to install. So here it is my local instance with MySQL 8, and the root is my user ID and my password. So I have been logging into it. And to solve this query, I've been creating everything from the scratch, like creating a database and creating a table and inserting the values and then writing a query. So that you can, do that easily. I will upload that file on my GitHub. You can go through that and you can run it also. And okay, so let's check. So to check the databases, basically, I'm using databases. So this is a command to check all the databases. So this information schema, MySQL and performance schema and sys is basically default, kind of a database MySQL Workbench has. This Sunita DB actually I have been using for myself. So now today I'll create new database. So I'll create database, and the database will name as interview SQL questions. Okay, so this is the this is like you are seeing here, I have created my database. Now if I write the query again, creating database, so this is basically you are seeing here like I'm getting my database. Okay, so now we are like creating tables, and okay, so to create table, basically let's see. So this is my table. Okay, and it is actually giving me error because of if you guys are seeing here, it is like no database selected, because I haven't selected any database. So I'm gonna use of this is my database. Okay, use this. Okay, so if you run this, you're gonna get that your table. So here I have created my table, and now run the table. It should be blank. So let's start from games. And I hope you guys know that star is basically used to extract all the data from that table. So here we don't have any data, so the table is blank with the structure of the table. Okay, so now we are going to insert the data into the table, and so here it is the insert queries. Okay, and data is inserted, and then you can check. So it is basically this data is coming up. Now to get that the target data, so the target data we want for a table is basically this one. Okay, so this is the target we want to get it. So if you are seeing, you can also reverse this table to from target table to source table using multiple operators, or you can also use pivot. Okay, so that's we will go again. Okay, so here now we can start writing a query. So here I'm using the first approach would be using union all. So basically union all is used for uh, it's a kind of operator which is used to combine the result of two or more selected statement. Okay, having the equal or same number of columns into the table. I mean extracting the table. Okay, so here you can see user ID, date, and I'm taking uh, sorry, games as key, and I'm taking as value. Okay, uh, value from table games. Okay, so this is my first line which I have wrote. So this is how I'm getting the data, like games is the key and 10 and 5 is the value. Okay, and now I'm using union all. So there is also one more interview question which frequently asked to every fresher. Okay, so it's called union. The difference between union and union or you must go through that. Okay, so to use that, I'm actually writing the query and. So the concept with union and union all that you should have the equal number of columns in the extracted area. Okay, so this is the extracted area where we are having like four equal columns. In the third line you can see there are also having four columns, and in also fifth line we are seeing there are having four columns. If try to get it done, like you think ki iska that if you have a table like which are not having deposit value, so you are not taking that, in that case it will throw an error. Okay, so this is the common thing you need to remember. So this is the first approach. Now we are gonna do approach 2, which is we can use using case statement. Okay, okay, so let's go through the code. Okay, so basically case statement is basically use if and kind of like if and else type of condition. Okay, so yeah, just if and kind type of a condition. And so let's write the query, select user id. So here I'm using case statement with cross join because we are actually using the approach into the same table, so we have to basically apply cross join. So what cross join will do basically, it basically combines every row from one table to every row of another table. So we will create two tables of the same table. Okay, and then do the value. Okay, so here it is giving the answer. Okay, so actually write this t1. Okay, so these are the basically the two approach which actually works for me. And if you know any other approach, you guys can comment on in comment section and let's the other people help. Okay, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.